One day I went to the eye doctor and I sat down in the chair, and the eye doctor looked at me and said, "So what's the problem?" And I said, "Well, I don't feel like my glasses are working very well anymore. The vision's a little blurry." So you know how it usually goes. It's like, better now. Well, this time the eye doctor, the optometrist, just looked at me and said, "Well, here, take your glasses off." So I took my glasses off, and he hands me his glasses and says, "Try these on." And I try them on. I said, "Whoa, nope, that's not it. Still blurry." He's like, "What? That's crazy. I've had these for 10 years. These work fine for me. I've got a couple extra pairs at home. Just use these." I said, "No, Doc, I don't think you're listening to me. They didn't work. I can't see." He said, "You just need to think more positively about that. Like, think positive." And I said, "Well, I'm positive that I can't see. Nothing's gonna help this. Like, we need a new pair of glasses. This doesn't work." I said, "Well, wait, like, you've been coming to me for years. How ungrateful is this? I'm giving you good advice, talking to you here. I'm telling you what you need to do, and you're not listening to anything that I'm telling you." That actually didn't happen. I'm sure y'all figured that out a couple seconds in, but actually didn't happen. But imagine that was you and a friend talking, or me and one of my daughters, and they're telling me about their day. They're telling you about their day. And as they're talking to you, you are sitting here and thinking about what you can do to fix it, or how you can reply. So the fifth habit is seek first to understand and not to be understood. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. So if a friend was telling us that story and they were telling us about how bad their day was, and we jumped in and, "Oh yeah, I remember when that happened to me. Oh yeah, let me tell you what I did. Oh yeah, you should have done this." Instead of just listening and understanding, how much listening did we really do? When we go to school, we're taught to read, we're taught to write, we're even taught to speak and present. In fact, I'm talking to you now. You're listening to me now. I had to read a book to learn more about this chapter in this fifth habit. Stephen Covey wrote the book. Like, there's 4 different ways that we often communicate, and 3 of those are taught very well in school. Listening is not. Like, listening as an art, listening as education is just not taught to us in school. We may listen to the teacher on a regular basis, but how to listen, it's not even talked about. How to behave while we're listening? Sure. I got in trouble for how I behaved while I listened on a regular basis. And that's not something that we're taught in school. So how do you learn to listen? In the book, Stephen Covey writes a little tale about a father that came to him one day and said, "Man, I just don't get my kids. They never listen. I don't understand them." And Stephen Covey's response back to them was, do you hear what you're saying? Like, you don't understand your children. They don't listen to you. And the father's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you." Stephen Covey's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you." He's like, "But you need to understand your children. You need to listen to them to understand them." And the father comes back with, "Well, I do understand them. I've been there. I was in high school. I was picked on. I was bullied. I had problems with my friends. I had problems with my teachers. I had problems with homework. I didn't make a sports team." Like, no, you're still missing the point. A lot of us, we play our own movies, our own personal movies, our own home movies over top of somebody else's tale. We sit there and we listen with the intent to reply, not with the intent to listen. We sit there with the intent to fix. We sit there with the intent to pretend to be listening, right? Like, we get really good at pretending to be listening in order to zone in on how we want to respond. So challenge for you today, as we look at this fifth habit and go into this fifth habit, which we're only going to spend 2 days on because we're almost done with the 66-day challenge. So challenge for you today is practice today to listen with empathy. Be an empathetic listener, not a pretend listener. Don't listen with the intent to reply. Listen with the intent to understand. That's it. Let me know how it goes. Talk to y'all tomorrow.